On today's ride home, we're going to delve into my theory of everything. It's long overdue. First in a series of lectures, conversations, narratives, I don't know what you want to call them. This will be posted raw, but later it will be edited so it's more coherent presentation. So raw material for an ongoing adventure here. I don't think it'll take that long to explain everything, so we'll see. Alright. A lot of different angles to attack this from. But let's just pick one. What is empty space? The term space, a volume. Is it a measured volume or just a volume? Is space nothing? I would say that for any given measured volume, put a ruler up against it, 3 dimensions, that you are going to be able to claim properties about that volume. So something that has properties is not nothing. All right. Conventional quantum, nice turn. Conventional quantum theory talks about space having quantum foam, particles popping in and out of existence. Again, space isn't nothing. Space is something. It has properties. It has a physical reality to it. And to me, if you could bound any given volume of space in some kind of unobtainium, sphere unobtainium, hollow sphere of unobtainium, that the volume of space enveloped would essentially be a particle. Because in the same way as we describe a proton containing quarks and having certain properties, that any volume of space, contained volume of space, would also exhibit properties. Now the interesting thing is that the size of the particle would solely be defined by the engineered construct of the unobtainium sphere. And then, under influence of gravity, which would permeate through is unobtainium? I mean, is it a physical element? A magnetic bottle? Some kind of exotic hyper energy field? Don't know. Just it's a thought experiment, right? So as far as I'm concerned, space is as real as any particle. And in fact, I'm going to define space, empty space, and the minimum gravity field as being the barest existential thing possible. And as such, it has mass. Alright. I know this concept has been disproven or demonstrated to be inconsistent with current conventional standard model thinking. But oddly, we have this concept of dark matter out there, missing mass. And why we have missing mass is a whole other question. To me, it isn't missing. We'll get there in a minute, though. We'll get there in a while. So, I delve into this emptiness, and I accept the fact that there is quantum field. I accept the fact that there is dimension to it. I accept the fact that there is, in the foaminess, there is behavior. very human psychological phenomenon to think of things having beginnings and ends, because humans have beginnings and ends, and everything we see around us has beginnings and ends. So to us, that is the natural way of things. The universe itself if it has a beginning and therefore has an ending, which is a logical conclusion, it means that it came from non-existence into existence. And even if you attribute that fact to a higher order being, then that higher order being is in some kind of existence of its own. I mean, when we create these virtual worlds in video games, the game realm came into being. But the programmers who created that system exist in their own universe. I'm using the word universe very loosely in my own definition, right? Which raises an interesting side question. Why doesn't someone create a video game with alternate physics? I think it'd be hard for us to relate to, probably. But I wonder what that would look like. If we could even relate to that concept, either higher order or lower order. People who tried it. But anyway, that's a side note. We have the problem of things inside of things inside of things, right? It's an infinite regression or an infinite progression, depending on which direction you want to go. And to me, anytime you run into a logical situation that requires you to iterate forever, you have something that is illogical on your hands. And illogic means that you can't reason about it.